girl who OD'd in Breaking Bad and died, and it was Jesse's girlfriend?
I think you are correct.
Yes.
I think you are correct.
Yes, Kristen Ritter, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I thought I recognized her. I've not seen Jessica Jones.
And also, let's go a little comedy style. Master of None. Master of None has 2 seasons now, but it's Aziz Ansari, who's a stand-up comedian. His first season, it was good, but after second season, on Rotten Tomatoes, they gave him 100%.
Wow.
It takes place of all places, Italy. Whole second season's pretty much in Italy for the most part.
Neat. And he was in Parks and Rec, correct?
Yes, he was a little bit in Parks and Rec.
He was awesome in that.
He wrote and directed this whole series.
Awesome.
And so we're overlying here between part 1 and part 2 here because I think we just barely mentioned it on part 1. But I'll tell you what, I became more of a fan of Aziz after season 2.
I'm going to have to check that out. I don't know why I missed this series because I loved him in Parks and Rec, so I'm going to have to add that to my list so I can watch it. So
his parents.
Yeah.
We got some more confirmation here.
Okay, he knows the parents.
I've just seen him on Fallon, but
okay.
His dad really is playing into being a star on TV and everything, and they love it. Mom, not so much.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
They actually show it's his actual parents on the show of Master of None.
That is awesome.
It's hysterical.
That is awesome.
When they have the little family dinners there, it is so uncomfortable at times. You just crack up there.
Shoot.
Bringing up one of the other ones that you put me on to, 41 Jobs, Kyle Chandler in Bloodline.
Yeah,
and Bloodline just came
Bloodline.
out with the second season back in May. At the end of May, I think it was around Memorial Day, maybe June 1st. And so season 2 just ended with it. And I really like Kyle Chandler. And of all people, Linda Cardellini. You can go back for Linda Cardellini all the way back to the 80s to Freaks and Geeks. She was one of them on there. And I'll tell you what.
Deep.
She still looks very good. very, very, very good, as these parents would say. And one of the classic actresses of all time. Not one of my favorite for profile. Sissy Spacek and her nose can kind of annoy me, but Bloodline, it is all about a family affair, trying to protect the family down in Florida.
Now the brother, I don't want to ruin the show, but the brother that comes home that kind of had some, issues, and he wasn't like the good brother. But what's his name? He was also in Star Wars, the recent Star Wars movie. Well, it's either Ben Mendelsohn, Todd Kessler, or Daniel Zellman. I don't know. I'm giving you the whole cast.
I think it's
list
Daniel.
there.
I think it's Daniel.
It could be Daniel Zellman, but I think he plays an Imperial villain in the latest Star Wars movie, which I enjoyed. I didn't like the Star Wars movie last Christmas, but I like the current one. I like the new one. I thought it was awesome. I don't know why I went to streaming on. But this movie will stream eventually, but Star Wars, the last one, was really good. But that same character that's in Bloodline is also in the Star Wars Rogue One, if I'm not mistaken. So basically, we're still here at the Tin Man Brewery in Kokomo, Indiana. It's a brewery where you can get a lot of craft brew. And also you can order food from 3 different restaurants, I think, from the outside of this building.
We got another perspective of Bloodline here.
Bloodline.
Actually, the guy who plays Chandler is Coach Taylor from Friday Night Lights.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Kyle Chandler. Yeah.
Friday Night Lights was awesome, and he does a great job in that. He's just a serious character, never really cracks many smiles, but
he
he's
looks
a really good
angry
character.
all the time.
Yes, he does. In Bloodline, in the 3rd season or 2nd season, he was never smiling at all, but great actor. So.
Yeah, he does a pretty good job. The only other show from the first season, the part 1 watch streaming that I brought up was Sherlock, which is actually on the
watched it, and
the
you
BBC
told me
One.
to watch it, and I never
Benedict Cumberbatch, and we got confirmation there. Your opinion on Sherlock from BBC One?
I think it is an excellent modern interpretation of Sherlock Holmes. You cannot beat it. Excellent acting, excellent writing, brilliant dialogue. One of my favorite shows.
The sidekick, Martin Freeman. Martin Freeman plays a great job as being the sidekick there, Dr.
Is
Watson.
Martin Freeman in Fargo. In the
Yes. Martin, yes,
Martin
exactly.
Freeman does a great job in Fargo the first
Martin
season.
Freeman's in Love Actually, plays the porn stand-in in that movie, and he's hilarious.
That's a good addition to the information that we need. But that's what's so crazy about streaming is there's so much out there. You'd go nuts thinking about all that you'd want to try, you want to watch, or what you want to do with it. But Couch Potato can't hardly talk because he's laughing so hard.
The porn stand-in, that's awesome.
Yeah. But there's so much out there, it drives you crazy. Like the Twilight Zone episode when that guy was allowed to read for the rest of eternity, and it just drove him crazy. I would be driven crazy if I had all these free streaming accounts and I had the rest of my life or the eternity to watch them. I'd go nuts because I couldn't choose. Sometimes I get on Netflix, I can't pick. I'm so ADHD. Like, Doug will tell me what to watch, but I can't set on anything to watch. But once I do, I'm serial watching till the end. Okay.
I hate. There's been plenty of times I have been halfway through a show.
Yeah.
I'm like, this sucks, but I'm finishing it. Damn it!
I know, because you almost like. Here, I don't want to get too political or to get PC here or non-PC, but I watched Moonlight. Okay, and Moonlight is a new movie. They got movie of the year. I'm watching it. It's the new Brokeback Mountain, and I didn't know it was going to go there.
Oh,
but
no.
I'm watching Moonlight. It's really good. Then these two adolescents start messing around. They're both males. I was uncomfortable. I finished the darn thing. I liked the movie. I was uncomfortable. I finished it. But it was a good movie. There was only one instance of homosexual intimacy. It wasn't bad. It was a good movie.
Did you see Spotlight?
I didn't see Spotlight. I saw Moonlight.
At least this way they're convicting the bad guys in Spotlight. But Spotlight is going against the Catholic Church, unfortunately.
Uh-huh.
But it was writers at a Boston newspaper that was trying to find the real culprits there in the diocese, and they realized there were over 100 complaints when they thought there was only like 3 or 4 or 10 or something like that, and there was over 100. But that was one of them. I forgot to put that on my list here for part 2, but Spotlight was pretty well done. I can't even think of who the main character is in that. It was Liev Schreiber. Liev Schreiber actually played the head of the Boston newspaper.
What streaming service? Oh, Netflix?
It might have been Netflix.
Mark
Liev Schreiber.
Michael
Ruffalo.
Keaton. Rachel McAdams from True Detective 2 and Wedding Crashers.
Oh, yeah.
Just to name a few.
Definitely to name a few.
And when you have a movie with, we have a series or a movie with Michael Keaton, you can't go wrong. He does a pretty good job. And I don't know, have we even started talking about current?
No, we haven't started talking about the current ones yet. I just flipped over to part 2.
I can talk about HBO Go because I absolutely love HBO. When I have something good on HBO, I don't really touch Netflix. And HBO Go lately, this last year, has excellent shows. Like Big Little Lies is a show that I saw, probably mid-spring, and it stars Reese Witherspoon, Nicole Kidman, and the girl from Divergent and A Surgeon and all those. She does an outstanding job. She's a single mother, and she's moving to a very affluent community in the Monterey, California area, and it's an excellent show. I recommend it. I was thinking, this is a chick show. It's awesome. It's outstanding. I love it. I recommend Big Little Lies to anybody who has HBO Go. It's awesome.
Can I say Nicole Kidman?
I'd like to know how old she is because she's really held her age well.
She's in her 40s, mid-40s.
I mean, and
50? She just turned 50.
She is an outstanding actress. She does. From a model to an actress, does an outstanding job. Also, HBO Go. I don't want to dominate the whole thing, but I do kind of know HBO Go quite a bit.
What?
Game of Thrones, you can't go wrong. It's the 7th season's coming up.
Emilia Clarke.
July 16th. When I get back.
It just started.
Yes. It has. Yes, it's an outstanding show. I have a problem with. I like science fiction. I like historical fiction, but this is a little different. It's based on a fictional world that's kind of similar to medieval civilization, but you throw dragons in it, and that kind of bothers me. But I love it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised I liked it because when they threw the dragons in, and you got the White Walkers that shouldn't be real, but they are. They're kind of like zombies.
You might be a White Walker.
But I like it. It's awesome. I can't stop watching it. I watched it again, all 6 seasons again.
Have you
I just
seriously?
finished it a month ago.
Oh, my gosh.
And
I need to get onto it.
I hate to say this, but I've got a hard on for the next season.
Oh, God. Kit Harington. Kit Harington is actually one of the most surprising characters for that role that he has played. Jon Snow. Jon Snow.
Jon Snow is good.
Oh, my gosh. He's plays
awesome.
He just gets into it. And then, of all people, Peter Dinklage has become a name.
He's awesome. Peter,
man.
He is awesome.
He's so believable.
He is the best little man or midget actor I've ever seen in my life.
Watch
He's
your
excellent.
language.
He's awesome. Sorry,
right.
we're supposed to use little people, but he's an excellent actor. He was also in the Lego Movie and
gosh.
did an awesome job in the Lego Movie.
He was in Pixels, too.
Yeah, he's
He was
does
in
a great
Pixels
job.
with
He's a
Adam
great-
Sandler.
Yeah, he's a great actor for narration, and also he's one of the top characters in Game of Thrones, which I think at the end he will probably.
I hope
be
so.
one of the
He
best
needs to be the
there.
king.
He's awesome.
I hope they make him the king at the end. This is the last season.
Yeah,
You didn't know,
so
season
we
7.
won't spoil it, but it's a Game of Thrones where they're all fighting for power. There's several people fighting for power, but it's kind of got like a medieval take on it in a fictional world.
If we put it in today's terms, it is geopolitical.
Yes, I guess so.
It is geopolitical, trying to take over other places and trying to run things. And
that's kind of like the real world. So, all right.
We do have a couple guests here, and I know some of our guests want to throw in their 2 cents here. For our guest here, one of your favorite ones of what's streaming at this time, you mentioned one of your favorite shows of all time.
I did mention that to you this evening. What was it again? Oh, yes, Arrested Development. That is a classic show to stream. I mean, presently, anything Breaking Bad related, of course. The Better Call Saul.
Oh, yes, we haven't brought that up.
Can't beat that. That's the best show currently on television. So that's all I've got to say about that, Doug.
And
The Office.
The Office.
The Office.
And
Parks and Rec, Ron Swanson is a man's man. And if you don't like him, you're a snowflake.
I like that take, Ron Swanson.
Yes. And I haven't seen them all. I'm still trying to work through them. I like them a lot. I just haven't seen them all.
Did you notice in the beginning is one of the Indians from Montpelier in the beginning of the show?
I did not know that.
The Indian doing with the Hitler salute at the beginning of Parks and Rec is actually in Montpelier, Indiana.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
I'm glad they threw some of that in. Give
We
Indiana
went
some
local.
love, everybody.
Oh, go Grant County.
Yes. Okay, another HBO Go show I didn't talk about was Westworld. It was
how did I miss that?
science fiction.
Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah, really good show. It's kind of weird. I had
It's
some
a remake.
people that watched it. They didn't like it. I liked it. I don't know. I enjoyed
Did
it.
you realize it was a remake from a movie back in the
I had
late 50s
no
or
idea.
60s? But yeah, it is a remake.
The teaser for the movie was Where Nothing Can Go Wrong. And the HBO show has taken it way, way beyond the movie. It is excellent.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was awesome. You can't go wrong with spilling beer.
I did a faux pas.
It's okay. But
That is a major faux
Westworld
pas.
is kind of like I guess you could
Sorry,
say it's
Cam.
a futuristic world.
Damn it. The microphone
where
cord
he's,
got in the way.
Doug the couch potato spilled a beer, but I'll
I
continue
was
with
reaching
Westworld.
across the table. just so you know, it's not because of drunkenness.
Yes.
I reached across the table, and the cord from the microphone caught the beer, and Cam's pants are wet.
Soaking wet. But Westworld, the premise is there is this like amusement park where people fulfill their fantasies of going to a Western-style world, and I guess like a futuristic amusement park where they can choose whatever they want to do. They can kill people. They can go on Western adventures, cowboys and Indian battles. They can choose. But they're showing how these creators created these, like, I guess, human-like robots, just to give you an example of what it is. But they look human-like, and they're controlled by people from scripts. And it's a pretty neat